we are.
There it is.
See it.
Hello. Look, mic is popping, and I think Twitchland, TubeLand, and Facebook Land can hear me. Confirmation. What's up, everybody? Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Happy Moon's Day. It was a solar eclipse today, so, yeah, the moon was in full effect over the sun in some areas, overshadowing them. And it was a wonderful sight to see from Bay Area. About a third of it. Not totality. Slightly disappointed, but it was cool to see nonetheless. How's everybody doing?
Great.
Good.
Yeah. Doing
well.
I also
Very
caught a third of the eclipse.
A whole third.
Yeah.
I caught
Yeah.
some sort of fraction. Cannot tell you what the fraction was.
Some percentile.
Exactly.
Oh, down. Well, oh, what's up? Say something, Nick.
I was gonna say shout out to Robert for making Mondays my favorite day.
Oh, yeah. No case of
That's
the
hard
Mondays
to
here.
do. You know, I wake up like, oh, I gotta go to work, but it's game day.
Nothing like game day, especially with you
True.
lovely folks. Handsome bastards.
Aw.
All 4 years.
Vanna White into the ether because I can't.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna jump into intro stuff, disclaimery, all that crap, and get out of the way so we can jump into the game. This is session 002 of Whispers of Doom. We find a couple of 5e converts, and Paizo stands romping around the beginnings of the Pathfinder 2nd Edition standalone module, Rusthenge. This will take the PCs through levels 1 through 4, and then at some point we'll transition to the 200-page campaign known as 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. Just a few weeks ago, and it'll take us till Convalescence to probably start that. But at least we've started somewhere. There's no turning back. Adult diapers, here we come. I'm very excited to get to that point. Diapers and all.
Says we're not.
I've doubled up on
This is
my
true.
diapers.
I can't see past everybody's torsos, so, you know, maybe...
That's a good
By-
thing for
by
everyone
design.
involved currently.
By design.
I'm just sitting on a bucket, you know.
He is prepared. He doesn't need no diaper.
Yeah,
He has
exactly.
a bucket.
Cut out
Prove
the
it.
middleman.
Prove it, Nick. Just kidding.
TOS.
Yeah.
It's just a bucket.
Camera pans down, and it's like the little Deadpool legs. You know?
Oh, I can't wait for that movie. So good. So many Deadpools, supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're in no way, shape, or form associated, endorsed, or sponsored by Paizo, Twitch, Foundry, VTT, Zoom, Discord, Sirenscape, or Bailey Wiki, but we are open to the idea. Long hard wink. If you want more long hard winks, give us a follow, like, join our Discord, share us with your fellow DGens, and ring a bell below. So you get notified whenever we do more shenanigans outside of Mondays. I don't know if or when that'll happen, but good. I'd like to do more stuff here on the live streams with all of you. But if you want more of this nonsense, we have other podcasts. Devils, Elves, and Dice is an actual play of the Abomination Vault's adventure path. Unfortunately, that is currently on hiatus. But we do have another one that's somewhat active. I've got a backlog of episodes I'm working on publishing. And it's still in editing, but I'm hoping to release, I think, 3 more episodes right now. But the Random Rules podcast is a variety show of miscellaneous tabletop RPGs, modules, one-shots, GM-less games also. We're playing through Lordsworn right now, which is done by Marin Music, which is an amazing game and playthrough so far. It's very depressing. It's depressing as all fuck.
It's so sad.
But it's still super fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. But I
80%
cry
depression
myself to
free run.
sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you like journaling games and GM-less games, that's a space I want to explore more with the Random Rules podcast. We also do some homebrew stuff, and really anything that's found a hook in our little boots and Butts is what I meant to say, but
Oh,
boots
I
and
was saying,
butts.
Not my boots.
Not my butt.
Oh,
I don't know which worse at this point, the boots or my butt.
Yeah.
Both at the same
I
time.
paid $70 for those boots. My butt was free.
But I digress. This show, Whispers of Doom, is adults only, no holds bar, top tier shit, dick, and dirty bean water jokes.
All the beans.
All the beans. We are
Feel it in the beans.
feel
Feel
it
it all up in my toe beans.
feel it in my beans. We're all consenting people here, playing make believe where anything can happen. We do have safe tools in place for us to use in case we start to broach uneasy topics or situations, but we'll be sure to maneuver the narrative so everyone feels uncomfortable equally. I kid, but you get the picture. We're here to have fun first and foremost, but not at the expense of each other's discomfort. If you feel like we're getting into an area for you, words. If you feel like we're getting into an area that you're finding uncomfortable, just give us a pause. Come back in 5 minutes, but definitely come back. Do that, because we love you. I love you, Internet Land. Of Internet Land, we are very close to Twitch affiliate. We just need 5 more wonderful spoons. No, that says people. I need glasses.
That's our new follower name. You can
Yeah.
name your
Wonderful.
followers.
We need 5 more
technically. I mean,
spoons to give us a follow, and we'll be able to start accepting donations and bits and sub tiers and
emotes,
other-
and a bunch of other fun things.
other things that I have no idea are called on Twitch because I'm older than I look.
That is why I am here.
It's our resident bean expert and Twitch expert Cody. But I'm mentioning that because I'd love to give the chat the ability to reward our players hero points, or as we're calling them, obols, given our motif, Sharon's obol, the coin, the currency used to pay the ferryman across the River of Styx. But other than giving our players a chance at second chances at life, or getting that hit, or just making that save, I have a super secret random encounter table. And on that table there are hazards and monsters, or groupings of monsters, ranging from severe to difficult difficulties, that I'll be plopping into the story and sessions as we progress. Very excited to see how those transpire. Yeah. I guess we'll go into some house rules. Joining us for the first time, as I mentioned before, we're referring to hero points as obols because that's our beef. Death metal, skulls, River of Styx, the Great Reaper, all that fun stuff. Death is inevitable, unfortunately, but that's life. We we play PF2E and the remaster edition at that, and to the best of our ability. By no means experts, and we're gonna fuck up, and we'll be okay with that. So you should be too.
Yep.
To add on to the hero point system, we'll be using hero point cards. Players will be drawing those at the beginning of every session, I think, just to see what the deck is made out of. Every session we'll pull, and if you want to, I'll let you guys choose. If you want to try and keep whatever card you have because you think it's cool or you think you'll find a use for it, definitely just keep it then, instead of pulling a new one. But basically it adds a little bit more pizzazz to the hero points outside of the general usage and mechanics for the hero points in Pathfinder 2e. We are also using the critical, fumble, and hit decks for natural 1s and 20s in combat only. The secret trait is something that's applied to specific rolls, and that means that only the GM can see the results of those rolls with that trait. And I can roll that, or I'll have players roll that, depending on the situation or how I'm feeling, really. I think that's it. You guys have any questions, concerns?
No.
No? Excellent.
So,
Send me an
Maybe.
email later that I won't read. Let's do it. You guys are ready to play pretend with rules. Let's
Absolutely.
live by the die and die by the die.
Yeah. Get it
Hopefully
out.
not die tonight.
What is
I-
life? What is
I've
life?
prepared my backup character. He is ready to go.
As you should. What's up, Mia El Chivo? I see you on Twitch.
That's
What's
my
up, man?
friend. That's Chris. Hey,
What's up,
Chris.
Chris?
Ah, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
I'm gonna try and keep the call outs to any of the chats to a minimum because this is also being recorded for an audio podcast, and I'll keep that. But we'll try to give you a shout out in chat if we do see you pop up after this point. So hello, welcome, thank you, that fun stuff. Let's do our recap. Actually, let's pull our hero point cards first. Who's first? You guys pull them?
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yep.
Talk about them.
Got it.
I'll talk about mine. Mine's weird.
Okay.
So mine is called Warding Sign. And I can play it at any time. I select a creature within sight. That creature is immune to misfortune effects for 1 round. If the creature was already affected by a misfortune effect, it ignores that effect for the duration. Then the effect returns. What is a misfortune effect? I have no earthly clue.
Disadvantage.
Yes, it's essentially just the 5e's equivalent to disadvantage, I think. Pretty sure.
That's
Double
what it
check.
was in 1E.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
see.
sure if that's a trait either. We'll figure that.
Do you want to? Should we introduce our characters at the same time as we're doing our hero?
Oh,
point
you know what? Let's
cards?
do that. Let's introduce yourself also. Yourself, your character, name, ancestry. Not talking about anything else on that, maybe. Yeah, Cody.
Okay.
Who are you,
Huh?
Cody? Tell me who you are, Cody.
Am I introducing myself or Finn?
All of
both.
you
Both.
at once.
Yeah.
All of
Same
the above. All right.
Mix them together.
Yes,
All right,
Cody, tell
fair
us
enough.
about your ancestry.
Yeah, my ancestors are Italian primarily. So yeah, my name is Cody. I am a affiliate Twitch streamer over at Bard Tales. That is where I have my Twitch experience. I am in the Mitten state of Michigan. I won't do the hand thing to show you where in the Mitten I live, partially because I always do it backwards, because I'm from Ohio and I don't know how things work.
Like mittens.
Yes, the Mitten thing, you know.
Never heard that.
But people started doing that to me the instant I moved here, and I was like, "What are you doing to me right now? What is this? What is this cult symbol that's happening right now?"
So weird.
It felt like I was being inducted into a cult the moment I moved into Michigan. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly what Nick just did. That might as well have been it. Like, but anyway, so that's a little bit about who I am. ttrpg space-wise, been in it for about a year. Started with 5e, became quickly obsessed with Pathfinder 2e and Starfinder. So those are my main systems now at this point. I still run 5e because that's the easiest one to find groups for sometimes, including the one group I have running regularly. But yeah, I'm usually a forever GM, so it's nice to actually be a player. My character, his name is Fen Susiz. I never said his last name in the last episode, so fun facts. You get to learn a new thing about him today. And Fen
So fun.
is a... We're doing classes and all that?
No,
I feel
just
like...
name and ancestry.
Mystery.
Aha, all right.
Keep it a
well,
mystery.
mhm.
Let them figure it out.
Fen is a human.
That's so anticlimactic.
I just like that pause after that.
Yeah.
I was like, where do I go with that? Yeah, that's what you get. Fen Suziz, the human, something that you'll discover eventually.
All right, kick it to somebody else.
All right. Let's kick it on
Somebody.
over to Jacob.
Oh, hello. I am Jacob Stacy, Spellcrashers over on YouTube. Like Cody, I am a forever GM. Been running homebrew content for years. Finally excited to be a player and actually playing a module, which I also haven't really done. I am playing Simon Sif Fourthson, who is a gnoll in this merry band of adventurers. And I'm gonna pass it to Nick.
Okay, I'm Nick. I've been playing tabletop RPG games for going on 20 years. 3.5, second edition D&D, then first edition Pathfinder, and second edition has really taken me over. I am playing a human as well, Faradir Orsur. He's an Osirian man. And that's all you get to know for now. And I will pass it over to last but not least, Dylan.
Thank you, Nick. My name is Dylan. I have been playing games pretty much exclusively with Robert, going on 7 or 8 years. Started with Pathfinder 1, moved to Starfinder. We've played some Mork Borg. I really want to play some Mothership, but 2E and the inevitable second edition Starfinder are probably going to be the things I play until the day I die, until something better comes out, which may never happen, but we'll see. In this game, I am playing Bertrand Kincaid, who, like 2 out of the 3 that you've met so far, is another human. You're not very diverse.
I'll just have to kill one of you guys off.
Perfect. We'll come back as the weirdest class we can come up with.
Make your roll
Or
for
the
it.
weird ancestry, excuse me.
Konrasu. Those guys.
Oh, so weird. Those are the stone people, right? Like the statue type,
Kind of.
like sculptures.
Right, they're from the Mwangi Expanse content, and like they're really cool. I love the concept of them, but they're like kind of like statue people, but like they're almost like a sentient orb that inhabits a construct body. They're really cool, but they're also really confusing and odd.
So we need a wizard in the party to ponder it then.
That's
Yes,
right.
we need to ponder the orb. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to kill Fen off and switch up my backup character.
It looks like I think that 3 of us did not talk about our hero point cards.
Oh yeah. Good call.
That is good. Cody set the way, and I fucked it up. So,
Oh,
It's okay. We're all bean boys here.
Get the beans out of the way.
all right, let's see. So for hero cards, I drew misdirected attack. It seems like a pretty vanilla card here. It's gonna trigger after a foe critically fails on a melee strike against me, which means I have to be in the action, unfortunately. And that foe rerolls the attack, and they have to target one of their allies within reach instead.
Nice.
Right. How about you, Nick?
All right, my hero point card is Catch Your Breath. Play at the end of my turn, I get to select myself or an ally within 30 feet. The creature you choose must have fewer than half their total hit points. The creature gains a number of temporary hit points equal to twice your level, which lasts until the end of combat.
not great at first level.
Yeah,
2 points.
might
Yeah.
hold on to that for a little bit.
Yeah. All right. And then mine is called Protect the Innocent. And it can be played when an incapacitated ally or non-combatant NPC within sight takes damage from an attack or an effect. It will prevent all of that damage, and then my character will take half of that damage, in addition to the damage you would normally take. That is confusingly worded, but I can only use this to prevent damage to an ally if that ally is unable to attack, such as when they are unconscious or paralyzed.
Interesting. Okay.
I
Nice.
guess in that case, you become innocent. You're absolved of all your wrongdoings in the combat if you are unconscious.
Ben is always innocent, so feel free to use that card whenever.
All right.
How about that? He's talking about being an escort last time.
Listen, he is an escort, but of a different variety.
No, not the way he was talking about it last time.
He said that type was clearly under the table version.
Still didn't deny it.
I heard that stuff. I heard that stuff's legal in Absalom.
It is. I mean, it's legal in Absalom. It's legal in Sandpoint, and you know,
Make me sweat.
it's a job, and
You uncomfortable?
someone's got to do it.
It's getting hot in here. Talking about
I have
Fen
that
as an
effect on
escort.
people. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Hero points. You all, people and your characters. Dog barking outside. Excellent for the audio podcast.
I don't
Um,
hear it, but bork, bork, bork.
All right, so let's get into this recap then. Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yap it up, dog.
met our would-be party, played by. Wait, let me start again. We we met our would-be party. Ben, played by Cody. Baradir, played by Nick, both of whom were waylaid by a tumultuous storm, diverting them from the original destination of Iron Harbor. Captain Weetooth and his first mate, Jenny, attempted to tie their small sailboat to a dock in Osprey Cove. Sven and Faraday made their way to The Tub, a tavern and pub. The only one to be found in the only pub
So
to be
dumb.
found in this small coastal fishing commune. Inside, it's warm and cozy, filled with merriment, much different than the storm that's racking Chakikoth Isle, the largest of several islands in the Iron Archipelago that both Osprey Cove and Iron Harbor lay. Inside, we met the owner, Elder Ordwy, the youngest of 5 appointed elders in Osprey Cove. She has a long, single blonde braid tied together with the teal ribbons, bright blue eyes to accompany a very nice smile, welcoming and seems very helpful. Maybe approaching her 50s, mid-50s, she's somewhere around there. We also met her one-man cleaning crew, Bertrand, played by Dylan, as well as Sif, played by Jacob, sitting at the bar. Ordwy insisted that Bertrand show some hospitality to the newcomers Fen and Faraday, then asked Sif what he thought of the outsiders, who in turn took it as a nudge for him to befriend them. After a half hour or so of conversing, Captain Weetooth, disgruntled and grumbling, accompanied by Jenny, quiet and reserved, walked into the tub. They sit at the bar and order drinks. Then, not long after that, Elder Jehoiada, a half-elf woman wearing simple brown and tan robes, bursts through the tub's door with a man in her arms. She hefts him onto the nearest table, all soaking wet, dripping water across the floor, asking for help. Breathing heavily, wheezing, while she pulls out a healer's kit and attempts to aid the dying man. His body is atrophied, crossbow bolts sticking out of him, and his face is just covered in gnarly, pockmarked, covered in these strange, like skin-colored, or orange skin-colored plague or disease. It's just growing up from his neck across his face, and his eyes are like this bright orange and red. It seems almost unnatural. The crossbow bolt that was sticking out of him was covered in some greenish or yellow residue, to which Fen was able to determine that the bolts were coated in centipede poison, something that he knew that the Durgar used to harry and down their foes. Durgar are akin to dwarves, but have gray and ashen skin, known to be very selfish, and were cast out for their worship to the also cast out dwarven deity known as Droskar, a backbreaking and unrelenting god of raiders and subjugation. Try as the group may, there's nothing that they could do to save the man. With his last breath and what little strength he could muster, pulled Fen close, said, "Nava, Rust, the ship, all dead. Before, too late." Then his hand falls to his side as he expires. Elder Jehoiada, tearful, still trying anything to bring this man back to life, but it's obvious that he's gone, unmoving. The tub is quiet, save for the shocked breathing of everyone within. You all take in the scene, and Elder Ordwy puts a hand on Elder Jehoiada, and she looks at Fen and Sif. She says, "Both, please help Jehoiada take this man into one of the rooms upstairs and look him over more closely. I out of the dining hall here. We'll clean him up and prepare him for burial tomorrow, and see if we can get any more information from him. And then she turns to look at the patrons of the tub and says, "You all know how the pub works. Take care of yourselves. I'll be back shortly." Then she kind of steps away from the man on the table and gestures towards the stairs. What do you all do?
Of course. I just kind of nod to Fen, kind of after we kind of moves Jahidya away. I kind of lift under the man's shoulders and arms and nod to Fen to kind of grab his boots, so we can make our way upstairs into an open room.
Yeah, so Fen, kind of taking the cue from Sif, is going to take the other side of the corpse and kind of mutter under his breath, "Oh, gods, help us all. What is happening in this land?" So
Yeah, I think Faradir would probably he would probably attempt to help by clearing the way. Make way, make a path. We're coming through, and go ahead, clear it, get people out of the way, get the door open for them, stuff like that.
As we're going up the stairs, trying to concentrate, but I look at Fen, kind of make eye contact and kind of like look down. Obviously, I'm watching my footing, but this man also has a religious symbol, and I kind of look at Fen. Once we set him down, do you recognize? I try to point with my snout as I'm stepping backwards.
So yeah, Fen is gonna take a look at that, and see if he recognizes the symbol. So,
You can go ahead and roll a secret religion knowledge check. Secret.
I got a secret. I was trying to think of the music there for a hot second. It wasn't coming. All right. There it is. Okay. So, secret.
Oh.
There she is.
Right. So you would recognize this symbol as Gorum, the god of battle. Do you know anything about Gorum, Cody?
Gorum. No. I know that name, but I got it confused with Torag for a hot second there.
Understandably so.
The Lord in Iron. That's all I got.
Yes, our Lord in Iron. So
Rust, not blood. Or blood, not rust. I got that backwards.
this man is a Gorumite, a follower of Gorum, it seems. Yeah, Gorum is the god of strength, battle, weapons, soldiers, mercenaries, everything and anything that has to do with that.
Yeah. So I think Fen, seeing that and knowing that now, as they're still carrying this man up the stairs, would just be like, yes, I do recognize this. This man was a warrior of some kind, I believe. He was a follower of the Lord in Iron, the god known as Gorum.
Elder Order kind of nods. She's like, yes, I think you're right. And she kind of opens up a door to a room with a queen-size bed. Very simple offerings in this room. Obviously clear, waiting for somebody for, open, ready for any visitors to the tavern tub. She kind of makes way. Jahidya kind of sets up her healer's kit and tools next to the bed on the nightstand nearby in case you need to use it, or she has take a look, but place the man's body on the bed.
While they are all doing this, Bertrand is going to go into his own room and gear himself up. He does not wear any of his stuff during his shift, so he's grabbing his rapier and daggers, outfitting himself after seeing this. He wants to be prepared for anything, So he is going to get ready, basically. He'll come back into the room once he has all of his, grabs his gear, walks back in, and starts affixing it as they're overlooking the body. He is pretty useless with this kind of thing. He doesn't have the applicable knowledges to look at a corpse beyond rifling through their pockets, which does not seem appropriate. So he's kind of going to be standing a little bit behind and just observing and being ready.
Okay. Yeah, during that 5 minutes or so, the rest of you kind of get a better look at the man's body. Ordwy had lit up some lanterns. Clearly see that he's dressed in armor, all rusted. Even the symbol of Gorum. Anything else you guys want to do or say as you're kind of looking over the body?
Yeah, after we set him down, I kind of look at the other two in the room, and then, Bertrand pops in fully geared. If this man was just recently shot, we might have trouble up front or nearby.
I think you might be right there, friend. I don't know how long this man was hobbling here, for lack of better words. And I think Fen in this moment would make the symbol for Gorum in honor of this person, as well as his own god, as kind of like a pre-burial rite.
Ordwy looks over to you, Fen, and says, he said something to you, did he not?
Yes, he said something about Rust, Iron Harbor, and that it's too late for something.
Right.
Does that ring a bell for you?
It's our sister city. We haven't had dealings with it for decades.
How far away is that? It sounds like this man was hobbling for quite some time.
It takes a day at least.
Oh, this poor man.
Concerned. It's obvious he did come from Iron Harbor, given that it's have the symbol of Gorum. Town's history is intertwined with Iron Harbor. Founders of both cities were freed themselves from shackles, pirate captains in that area. Both founded Osprey Cove. They were brothers, but one wanted to build Osprey Cove differently than the other, and almost a schism. But thankfully, the other brother moved, and his followers left to found Iron Harbor. Days away. Haven't had much dealings with them for a decade or so. Something that I should bring up to the other elders. She looks over to Jahidia and says, should go. Are you? And she looks over back to you guys. You okay watching over this man's body?
Back to life.
I'm back to life. Sure. She's like, oh, Bertrand, that's a terrible thing to say. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But, let's make sure find some rest and.
But should we not watch out? And I think you see a light bulb, illuminate on Sif's face, like an idea comes in. Rust. He mentioned Rust, and I'm looking at Fen. And from the direction of Iron Harbor, I look at Ordwy. Do you think this has something to do with the spire?
Kind of squints her eyes and she says, I don't necessarily know enough about that ruin.
Yeah.
We've only heard rumors. So.
I've only just learned about it myself.
Spire. I'm unfamiliar with this.
There is ships use it as a sort of a landmark nearby, kind of between here and Iron Harbor. It's we call it Rusthenge. It's a spire that has. Well,
You the title card.
I was gonna say.
dun, dun, dun. It's covered in rust, and it seems to seep into the land.
Right.
I don't know if this is related, but if he's from Iron Harbor. But where the Dark Dwarves come in, I have no idea.
Right. It sounds like as good of a lead as any, my friend.
This spot.
Perhaps.
Sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to say it is perhaps worth at least us going and checking this place out.
This spy is on the way to Iron Harbor. If we were to travel that way, it's like a waypoint between the two cities. Is that right?
From my understanding, yes. You can see it when you're at the right point, but in this storm, no. I doubt we're traveling anywhere at this night, but I'd very much like to at least look at the parameter and make sure we're not being raided or something.
Yeah, in this storm, it's not likely we'll be able to find many tracks. Might see his coming into town, but
Yeah.
sure, with the rain, the heavy water and the rain, it's washed away quite a bit. Especially now, it's been a few minutes. I'm sure there's nothing out there, unfortunately.
I suppose you might be right there.
Could Fen roll a society check potentially to see if he has much knowledge of the Dwergar?
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna do that. Secret.
So,
I got a secret.
While you're rolling, Faradir would pipe in and he'd say, Bert, you asked what I was doing in these parts. Ironically, the thing is, I have business with the Iron Harbor. Didn't think it important until now. But now that we're going that way.
Is this the same thing that I was hired to escort you to?
Yes.
All right, I just wanted to make sure, because if it was something different, I would have to ask the temple for a little more of a stipend.
Hazard pay.
Did they not give you the proper per diem?
Well, I mean, of course they did. It's just I was not sure if this was part of the original deal, and as someone who relies on this for income, I had to make sure.
Can Fen, God, it's hard when the character name is not below your picture. With Fen having, or sorry, not Fen, Sif had said that this was used as a waypoint or some kind of landmark for ships. Though Bert is not from this area, can he roll a sailing lore to know anything at all that might help?
Sure, yeah, go ahead and roll that. And while you're doing that, Cody,
Can't do shit else.
Ben's society roll. I'll just say that it's just general knowledge that you know about the Duergar, or also known as Grey Dwarves or Deep Dwarves or Hringar. They're very much like dwarves on the surface level, but they are deep subterranean creatures. They've got entire societies and kingdoms built in the Darklands. They look just like surface dwarves, except, like I said, they have gray skin, ashen looking. They look a little bit more menacing, even more stout, and they were cast out and decided their ancestors decided not to join the surface dwelling dwarves in the quest for Sky, and stayed. That in part with their devout and zealous following for the also cast out dwarven god Droskar. They are subjugators. They're not very good people. But far and few between, you might find a good Duergar. Chances are very, very slim that ever crossing paths.
Gotcha, because that gives Fen and myself some ideas.
That role also, I'll say that they've become, you know, that they've become immune to poison and paralytic attacks, just based on role also, and you know, their use of centipede poison is their primary, it's their go-to. They harvest and raise centipedes. They ride on their backs in caves below.
Fucking metal.
Them also. So
You hear that, chat? Keep note of these things, because guess who's gonna forget this as soon as they arrive? Me.
Yeah, their metal is all hell, and they're fucking tight. And let's see, you got Sailing Lord deck.
You can tell me jack shit.
I will tell you that you have heard of Rusthenge, and that it is just this. It's a set of spires, an ancient ruin on the Chakakoth Island in the Iron Archipelago that sailors, ships do use as a landmark to avoid.
Cool.
But they're like, okay, we're here. Let's go this way.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a turn left sign.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you're kind of getting your bearings together, and you realize where you are in the world, very near the new, not new, but it's the rebirth of Zin Edasseril, the Thessalonian kingdom. Yeah, that's reemerged since they've come back. That's it, though.
Sorry, go for it.
I was just gonna say, as we're discussing, I'm gonna be that guy because I'm gonna turn away from the group and I'm gonna start searching through this man's kind of belongings and clothing, and I'm going to justify it and saying, if he came from Iron Harbor, we need to understand, like, if there's anything, notes, something. I'm just rifling through his pockets. I'm sort of rambling. This is this is a scary situation here, and I'm genuinely afraid for the village now.
Before you even start rifling through the man's body, Jehoiada says, no, don't touch him, Sif. You don't know what's come over him. You could become diseased too.
Could get syphilis. I'll see myself out. Goodbye.
And she won't stop you, but she'll kind of put her hands up as like a warning for you. It's like, don't do that.
I think I'll stop short and look back. Someone needs to. I'll walk up to the healer's kit and I'll look for some sort of like tweezers or something that I can essentially maneuver.
Sure. Yeah, I'll say that there's a pair of like disposable gloves equivalent.
They're made of goat skin.
Goat intestine.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Okay.
And Jehoiada says, yes, if you're safe about it, that's fine. And then Ordwy kind of perks up. She says, while you investigate further, we need to meet with the elders and come up with a plan. I highly doubt we're under attack. It seems like this is more of a warning than anything. I highly doubt ever attacked. This man is out front in the storm. You can clearly hear the storm is like beating down on it. It's loud, it's heavy. Even Jehoiada and this man's clothing are still soaked and are also now soaking the bed. Not a lot of blood, surprisingly. His body had been atrophied so much. It's kind of a sight to behold and very sad to see. But you guys don't have anything else to say to Ordwy or Jehoiada. They're going to take their lead. Pretty confident that they're not no attack.
Should we meet you somewhere, or you'll come find us if there's more information?
Ordby says she'll come back here. This is where
Perfect.
she stays in her pub. So.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was like, come find us in an hour and we'll update you or whatever.
And she says, you all feel free to take a room, bunk together, whatever you need. The pub is open for all and as long as you need, and kind of pretty easy going here. They all trust each other here. So we'll be back soon. Yeah, they kind of take their leave.
Cool. Bertrand would like to ask Faraday more information about what he was going to do in Iron Harbor. So he'll say, no, you just mentioned it. Seems like you might have lucked out in the storm. We should be thanking Goldsray for the storm. He brought you here instead of Iron Harbor, where it seems everyone else might be dead. What exactly were you going there to find? It seems whatever it was is expired.
Well, yes, I have an old friend who requested that I go into a place of Chakakoth Isle and look into a project of real estate for him. His grandfather's passed away, and it's been left. The folder's been tucked away for many years, and he found it and thought maybe he could make some money on it. And here I am handling the dotting the I's and crossing the T's, one would say.
There might be a lot of real estate available in Iron Harbor now.
Jeez.
Real estate.
Sorry, I'm not great with the death. Anyway, I'll try to make light of it. Well, shit, maybe there's some more information we might be able to gather from the captain and his first mate. I don't know. Do they travel? They travel to Iron Harbor frequently? He seemed pissed he'd had to stay here. I don't know if he just doesn't like this place, or he was hoping to get home to Iron Harbor.
Honestly, he is just grumpy in general.
Well, maybe we should piss him off more and ask him some inappropriate questions.
Fen gets a very dark, evil, twisted grin on his face at the mention of that after the Gazra slander.
That's right. He
That
did
sounds like a good idea. Before you do, and I take the glove off that I got halfway over my hand, but it doesn't fit because it's made for humans.
Yeah.
And I hand it to Fen. I'm like, can you look over? I can guide you. Well, I suppose we're just rifling through his pockets, but I can't do it as my hand is like the size of his face.
Just like
toe bean
shouldn't
hands.
stick it on.
Right, exactly. So Fen is just like, oh yes, of course I can do that. It may actually be better that I do this instead of go and bother the halfling or gnome or whatever short person that is. So he puts the very stretched out gloves on. And it's just like, all right, show me where you want me to prod around.
All right. So we're gonna go here and here, and I would like to aid Fen in his investigation of this body.
Could we all jump in on this and be like, looks like that pocket's a little full. You should put your hand in that one.
Only one person can aid.
Okay, got it.
And there's a primary person kind of just going through.
Right.
It will be a weird day if I put my hand inside of one of the holes on his body and I find a wrench and then it goes zap if I hit the edges of the body itself. It's a game and the children play, I hear. It's quite morbid.
Which skill was that?
Medicine.
Medicine? Okay.
Well, it depends on what you're trying to do, really. Are you just rifling through his pockets, or are you actually investigating the pock marks on him? And
I feel like we're just going through his pockets, right?
Yeah, because we spent time looking at him at the end of last session, and I think we found all we could find. But yeah, so just kind of going like if there's any hidden things, so maybe if there's like lumps or additional wounds on his body, we might notice. Okay. But just essentially looking for anything hidden. So
let's do
what
perception.
aid check? Perception.
Okay. So I will roll that.
Wait.
Am I rolling blind?
Yeah. Let's do.
Okay.
Let's
Ugh.
skip.
8 didn't have to be.
Oh, well. La-ti-da.
Hold on. I can't find. Oh, it's in our actions, right?
Yes, or if you've got your tokens selected, then you can go to attributes, HUD, top left.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Still getting used to this. Do the blind GM roll. Because of my stuff, can I add that +1 circumstance?
What stuff?
Follow a
The-
lead or
Yeah.
Oh,
pursue a lead.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Because of his Blues Clues bonus.
Those are my Blues Clues. Now you guys know. Secret's out.
Honestly, that's my headcanon. And whenever you're doing anything investigation-wise, I'm just like, Blues Clues,
Blues
Blues Clues.
I am Jake.
That's hilarious. All right, so with that perception check and a successful aid from Sif, you're able to find what else on his body. It looked like he may have even the lack of preparedness this man had leads you to believe that he left in a hurry. Literally nothing but the armor. He's got a belt and a hilt, or a belt loop for a weapon, but there's no weapon to be found. Yeah, he is in a bad way. Find anything else on him? His armor you could probably take and do something with, but it is rusting. And even in the past maybe 20 or 30 minutes you guys have been looking over the body, the rust seems to have spread maybe an inch or two.
Fuck.
Seems to be getting worse.
The rust is spreading.
It looks like it, yeah. And
You may not be able to stay here if this continues.
He will need to be buried promptly.
Should we take his armor off and throw it out in the Rhine?
I don't know if we want that to happen. What if the rust goes into the groundwater and then it just creates a whole new issue?
The ocean, man?
No,
Gazra
over
would
the-
not be pleased.
no, take over the whole ocean with the rust. Rust.
You want the
Fuck.
fish to get rusty? Have you ever had a rust fish?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
They're like, why does this salmon taste like pennies?
My teeth fell out.
all right, what are you guys doing?
I think Bertrand is not really going to be able to do anything here. So after seeing there's nothing else really he can do, there's nothing in the pockets, we don't need to read a note or anything else of that nature, I think he's going to go downstairs and try to keep an eye on the tub for Ordwy a little bit, and also get a little chat going with the Captain Weetooth and Jenny.
And Sif and Faraday, you guys joining him?
Yes.
You're welcome to join. I'm just going to go pretend to have a pint. Serious business now.
I suppose the two elders did say that they would be back to bury this man later.
Yeah. We should check on him. Well, the state of the rust before they return. But
Yes. They will definitely need to clean these sheets very heavily, or perhaps burn them.
So, noticing that the rust is spreading rather rapidly, does that by chance proc like another recall knowledge? Something that, like, now that we have new information of a spreading rust?
No.
Rude.
I appreciate you shutting me down nicely.
No, thank you.
No, sir.
All right, so you all head down back to the first floor of the tub, and it seems that the merriment has all but died down. It's quiet, solemn. Everybody's kind of just looking at the cups. There's maybe half as many people here now too. But we, Tooth, and Jenny are at the bar. Maybe say 3 or 4 other folks. That's it. Finishing their meals, talking quietly. You all kind of come down and they look at you kind of wide-eyed, waiting for you guys to say anything, if at all.
Just shake my head.
And they kind of just shake their head too and go back to their meal and drinks.
If you see anything that looks rusty, please let one of us know and get the hell away from it.
They kind of scrunch their face up in confusion, but they just shrug. One person even gets up and goes behind the bar to throw himself a drink and down.
And throws a trident at them.
They die. Yell.
Yeah, the Wilhelm scream.
Sirenscape has it.
Yes.
Oh, I don't have it ready.
You wield that giant fork with such tenacity.
Well, it is. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Bert would walk over to the captain and pour himself an ale. Not all the way full, about halfway, just to have something as like a prop in his hand, basically, to seem a little bit more casual. Instead of walking right over to him and interrogating him. Is he still standing at the bar?
He's sitting at the bar.
Got it.
Because he's a halfling. Because he's up here, like the edge of the bar is up to his nose. So he's just like, he looks over at you. His tricorn hat's on the bar too. A little more dry, but still sopping. He kind of looks up at you and says, "Huh? You?"
Well, I was wondering if you might be able to help me. I'm not originally from here, and I was curious about where your boat might be headed next.
I don't think that's any of your business. You're a paying customer.
Well, I might be.
Faradir
no
would
way.
hop in. Sorry if you don't mind.
No, please.
He would say, matter of fact, I am.
Says, yes.
I am technically here as well.
Yes, fair dear Fen. Wonderful passengers you all had been.
We are still very pleasant. Shut your mouth.
He kind of smirks, takes a sip of his drink.
I think that he'd say, if you wouldn't mind letting my friend know maybe where the next destination would be, I would greatly appreciate it. And that's him rolling diplomacy.
Okay, yeah, secret. And what were you asking him exactly?
I'm just curious. I was just really just trying to make small talk with him about where he was headed next.
We were chartered to take these two here and back to Sandpoint, but expecting to stay here for maybe 2 or 3 days at the most for them to handle their business in Iron Harbor. Now it looks like it may be longer. Tying the ship down, the boat took some significant damage and will probably be here for at least a week. And attempting repairs. Damn it, Gazra, be damned.
Easy,
Finishes
easy.
Watch your mouth.
Finishes his drink immediately.
Bert kind of like, calm down, Fen. It's okay. We're trying to let me get a little bit of, just like gives him a like.
He looks
Hold
at
on.
he looks at Fen and says, "Weren't you supposed to curry the favor of Gazra and help get us to where we needed to be? Wasn't that the whole
Alas.
point of you being on the ship with us?" You see, he's a little more drunk, slurring his words a bit.
Well, my drunken half pint of a friend, my services essentially were to make it so that we didn't die on the sea, and earn the favor of Gazra in that capacity. But the Lord of Storms does as they will and please, so.
I would argue that you're safer here than in Iron Harbor, based on what that dead guy said. There might not be an Iron Harbor.
What did he say exactly?
That's basically what I just said. It might not be one. I don't know. He died before we could even ask him any other questions.
He was yelling something about rust, and, well, based on what we saw,
I'm just inferring. I'm honestly not quite as intelligent as I'd like to be, or as I think I should be. But it's neither here nor there. Tell me more about your boat. Sounds like it's a bummer that it... Bummer. It's a bummer. What a bummer. It's quite unfortunate that it took a beating out there in the storm. I'd be happy to help if I have the time. I do love a good shit. Tell me a little bit about your boat, if you don't mind. Trying to like, and then he would say some boat stuff that I don't know.
Boat stuff.
Exactly. That, like, how tall is the mast, and where's the poop deck, and stuff like that.
what that
Boats and
mast
hoes.
do.
Yeah.
What that mast do? He says, well, me ship's name's Weetooth's Way, named after me. Ain't no way like my way to you.
God, Fen just rolled his eyes so hard he nearly saw his own god.
It's
Yeah, I think Bert heard it.
simply 2 sails. That's all you need to get from here to there. Small cabin, not a lot to it. Simple, easy. That's it. That's the way Weetooth likes it. It's Weetooth's way.
Must be really fucked up if it's going to take you a week to fix that.
Tell you what, the storm is nothing like I've ever seen before. Especially in this area. It's it fucked my ship up. If you're willing to help, I'd be more than happy to pay ya even. But as soon as the storm stops, me and Jenny here are gonna jump out and see what we can do to fix it and talk to the folks here tomorrow morning.
I'd love to offer. I can't quite promise that I'll be able to help with everything going on tonight and my commitment to Ordwe. If I'm able to, I would be more than willing to, but no promises, but I will definitely keep you in mind. I'd love to...
You can back off then, how about that? No help useless.
There it is.
I don't even know, man. Like, fuck this guy. I'm trying to, like, what can I do?
What if we just killed him and take his boat?
Yeah.
I'd like to see you fucking try.
Fen,
Like-
trident ready.
Yeah.
Wilhelm
It's
scream.
like, easy, mate. Easy, mate. Calm down. I understand you.
I'm a
I
bit
understand.
pissed.
I understand, but you're here, you're having a drink, you're dry for now, your ship will be fixed, and I like to roll a diplomacy just to like calm him down and
Alright.
have him chill out and basically move him from unfriendly to friendly. I don't think that works in this version. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's
I think so, yeah.
he takes a deep breath to roll, and he says, "What?" Then he says, "I need to calm down a bit and take things a little too personal, and sometimes I say things that go too far."
Like about Gozra, just he's
Gazra,
still alive.
Gazra can still be damned. My destination, but
You wonder why the storm is continuing? It's probably because you keep saying that.
He goes back
made
to
it-
unfriendly.
We still made it here, sir.
You live to sail another day.
Enough.
I don't know. Does anybody else want to ask him anything? I'm kind of running out of things. You can feel Bertrand is kind of.
Why are you
Just, like,
asking them
looking
if
in
they
his
want to
cup,
ask
like-
me anything else?
No, this is out of character. You
don't-
would see
I don't
Bertrand
understand what
like.
that means. What's out of character mean? Why are you
Bertrand-
being so weird, Bertrand?
Let me check my diplomacy score before I ask him things.
These
Uh,
questions are so out of character.
Yeah,
Almost.
Bertrand's kind of just looking in his cup now and like. Yeah, so it's crazy weather, right? Just like indicating that the conversation might be stalling out a little bit. If somebody else wanted to ask anything, I'm not sure. Just going back to Sandpoint, I don't know what to fucking ask him.
That's the thing is, I'm not really sure what to ask him, and I hate him in general.
Yeah, same. He's just a dick.
I'm not a conversationalist, so I've just walked back over to the table where the
Yes.
man died on it, and
Right.
I'm looking to see if any blood got on it, if it looks different, if any rust got on it, just sort of seeing if there was any sort of transference.
Okay, yeah, you just look it over and you don't see anything, save for a bit of blood and that already mixing and drying with the sopping rainwater.
Oh, I think I got something else to ask him. Just curious, do you travel out here often, or do you mostly stick around Sandpoint?
I go wherever the coin needs me to go.
Yeah, it's spoken like a true seaman.
He smiles at that.
Ben giggling in the background.
Yeah. No, I completely understand. I was just curious. I know there's been talk of people coming here from Zanzibar. What the fuck? is that?
Zendaya.
Zendaya. Dasarel. And it's something that we've kind of just been looking out for. I was wondering if you've come across them anyway on their way down here. Just looking out for the town. It's nothing that affects me at all. Again, I'm trying to
I've not
be here, but
Nope. I have not once. Hopefully never deal with those Thessalonian scumbags.
Can I roll sense motive perception on that?
Sure.
It's perception, right?
It is. Since
I think
under percent.
Faradir would try to play on his ego a little bit with a diplomacy check and say, well, a sailor, such wisdom and experience of yours must have some news about the Spire. Have you seen anything recently over there interesting or new?
Is you trying to puff me up?
Oops, I rolled it out.
That's all right. 17 on the die. 17 total. He says, "Look at you trying to puff me up with my head, with wonderful words. Let's see what you're trying to do." No, I've not. Old spires have been around for ages. Anything about them? Just a marker. Chakakoth Isle. Avoid it. It's to help direct us where you can go. Any sailor knows this. Sailor worth their jib.
What a sailing currency.
Not the giblets.
No, I know. Did Bertrand believe that he really hates Thessalonia?
Doesn't seem like he hates it. He just
Indifferent.
prefer to avoid them entirely.
Understood.
They're a very trolling government group.
Mm-hmm.
I could see why a halfling would not be about that.
They're very heavy on the rules. Well,
They only play their Pathfinder 2e and Raw.
right.
Yeah. No Ray. Ugh. I don't know. The only other thing I can think of is just getting angry at him and trying to intimidate him into telling me everything. But
It seems out of character.
no, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at my sheet of like what I'm good at.
How much more does he really know?
Well, maybe
Honestly,
we
I don't know.
need to take a back step as players and maybe focus on like what is our exact priority or our next,
Mhm.
regroup and
Speaking of that, I know that Sif had mentioned going to check back on the body after a certain point. So depending on how long it's been, it might not be the worst idea to go see how that's proceeding.
Okay.
I would join Fen as well, and I would grab my my hatchet and my wooden shield that all kept by the door as custom, and just make sure I'm equipped like everyone else.
All right. Fen and Sif are heading back upstairs. Are Fared here and Bert joining them, or relaxing downstairs?
I think Bert would stay downstairs and try to just hang out there. He is pretty much useless up there with the body.
Okay.
He feels like
Unless-
he's kind of, out of his element there. So I think he would try to stay downstairs and keep an eye on the tavern, just keep an eye out for anything there. Any weird things that might happen. He says, I'll call up if I see anything, and please come right down if there's anything you think I should know, but probably won't be able to find anything out just with my eye and my sense of smell, which is terrible, by the way.
But if you hear screaming, please come up the stairs.
I'll be right there. Same, if you hear me, I'll scream very deep. It's a very deep scream. Don't scream like a girl.
And what's Fairdeer doing?
I think Faradir is currently just making small talk with the captain still. Just keeping him talking. Maybe he'll give us something that he doesn't know.
Okay, go and roll a secret diplomacy check, and I'll kind of use that as an ongoing kind of conversational.
Yeah, I imagine it like when lawyers in the courtroom or they're like in a thing and they're like asking him weird questions, getting him talking, just to get him to say something, you know?
Yeah, for the next hour or so.
Could I aid in that? Just not holding on, paying attention fully, just kind of jumping in here and there. I don't know if that's possible, even though he already rolled.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to try.
Okay.
Yeah. You're staying down there. You don't have to roll that.
Bert just busts in a few minutes later. You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
Where were you the night this man was killed? And don't say here. Incorrect.
All right, so you guys are working up for the next hour or so, kind of in tandem. As Sif and Ben go upstairs to investigate the body. And just in that amount of time, the rust has definitely crept further. Not a significant amount, but it's definitely.
Is it? Sorry.
It doesn't look like it's affecting anything but his body and anything metal, cloth or otherwise. It might moved or rust dust kind of might fall off every once in a while. It'll stain any of the fabric that he's on, mixing in with the water, and the blood is there, but other than that, that's all you're able to kind of observe during that time. Still unmoving, kind of unsettling, watching his body not breathe in and out. But yeah, I'll just kind of expedite this next part and say that you guys kind of relax, maybe look over the body for the next hour. Another hour goes by and Ordwy returns, and she gets wherever Fairdeer, she gets all you guys back together where this man's body is, and she'll say, we gathered all of the elders and we've come up with the plan. As soon as the storm dies, hopefully by the morning, I'm going to head to Iron Harbor to investigate their missing this person came from, check in with things, and I'd like all of you to accompany me. I heard from you, Faradir, you had business in Iron Harbor already. Fen, you are his ward. And I trust both you. She looks to Bertrand and as if just both of you. Help me accomplish this. Find out what happened. Iron Harbor is safe. Whatever transpired with this man is chanced to affect us here in Osprey Cove. The journey is about 9 miles. The hike. Get there sometime tomorrow if we afternoon. Thing. I'll agree to this, and she kind of looks at you, nods.
I think.
Of course.
I think Faradir would turn to Bertrand and say, I guess I am picking it up in the morning.
So that's a Bertrand?
Yeah, because earlier when he said it was kind of a thing. He mentioned that he was gonna pick it up in the morning, and so now
You're
he's
totally
like,
sorry. I was looking at my notes. I'm sorry. I was like, I think he said Bertrand. This is yes. Well, as long as the rain stops and we can travel out. Even so, once the sun rises and I find you awake, I'm gonna be asking you more questions about this land parcel you were documentation. I'm just curious. Legal stuff interests me for like 10 minutes. We've only talked about it for like 3, so got 7 more minutes before I get completely bored. Perfect. Yes, Audrey, of course. I'll follow you. So I'm not sure if you'll leave the tub open, but
It's fine. I trust everybody here in town.
I
Take
know
care
you
of
do.
it.
I know. Yes, I'd be more than happy to accompany you. You've shown me so much kindness and trust since I've shown up here. I can only repay it by following you there.
I appreciate
It'd be an
it.
honor.
This is the first visit from anybody between our cities. We're also going to use this as an opportunity to end this years-long feud. This cold feud that's been happening between Sister City and Osprey Cove. This is called the Kindred Coast for that reason. 2 brothers that founded both our cities. Yeah, don't like being at odds. Should come together. Kindred spirits. Both the founders did their escape from the shackles. But, Elder Johadia, she'll be here in the morning to take care of this man's body. She understands the burial rites for Gorm and Gorumites, so she'll be able to take care of him. Now, prepare yourselves for at least a day's hike tomorrow and gather and leave. First light and the end of the rain. Hopefully. Peace.
I will pray to my God that the rain will cease for us in the morning to be able to make this journey.
Aye.
You said a hike. Is there any way to get a steed or something? I'm not great with hiking.
You can ride on my shoulders.
Corby says, unfortunately, there's not really a horse community. I don't think there's even any horses on this island. Maybe Iron Harbor has had some fortune, but can't say I've ever seen horses here. To be honest with you.
Camels?
Camels.
They just get around on giant crabs.
Yes,
You
she
can
lifts her
button
skirt
bust
up.
your way over there.
There's no.
Oh God.
She's a crab. Get her.
Oh, or do we? Nasty.
No, she didn't do that.
I know. I would be appalled. Bertrand would be like, "Oh no,
This is how I get around so
can't
quickly.
follow you."
She'll leave and she'll go to her.
They get the Old Bay seasoned butter.
Goodbye.
Well, good night.
See
I
you in
guess
the morning. Goodbye.
that was
That's
rather abrupt.
Got to garlic and butter my crab.
Oh,
Ooh.
whole nother meeting.
The one I'm going to eat for a snack tonight.
That's what they all say.
Fishing community, catch crabs also.
Yow.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. Good night.
She scuttles away.
Well, I'm not quite sure there's anything else we can do tonight. What time is it? Is it like after midnight?
Probably approaching
Yes.
midnight.
Okay. Well, Bertrand might have another pint and then call it call it quits on the night. They're not quite sure if you folk would like to join me, and if there's anything else we need to discuss in character, we can go down and do it over a pint.
Fen is just like, what do you mean in character? Am I supposed to be another person? I mean, we just learned that Ordwe is part crab, so I mean...
It's customary here in Osprey Cove to talk like that. It took me a while to catch on. I'm just making shit up. I've been drinking all day.
And is just eating beans the whole time you're saying this in his other character.
Yeah, no, he would. I think if you'd like to join me, we can chat some more. But
I thought you meant going to your quarters, and I was like, I mean, I'm as game for as many people as a good cuddle puddle, but I don't know if we would quite fit.
There are other rooms.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Stay in your own room. You can sleep where that dead guy is for all I care. All I like. I would. He does not need another pint. He will just then go downstairs and pour himself another pint. Keep an eye on the bar until he goes to sleep.
Sound like
On the bar.
You're chug-a-lugging on some Rovagug. Speaking of Rovagug, you can buy this shirt at deathdreamstudios.net featuring
There
the
it
wonderful
is.
deity We?
Can we...
You can maybe give a look at my green screen back there. This giant maw cultists on a cliff.
Ma!
Ma.
What she's doing back there?
I so desperately want an Ordwe crab person shirt now.
Oh gosh.
It says ship communism under it.
Oh, exactly. We should communism under it. Yes, we need it. Oh my god.
So weird.
Alright.
People
love
wouldn't even
everything
ask you about
it.
it. They would just be like,
What the hell?
"What is that shirt?"
You don't need to ask me about it.
Yeah.
Just look at it.
Look at
It's
it.
modern art.
Look at
Modern
it.
art.
Look at it.
Observe.
That's
Appreciate.
I think if Bertrand went down to have a pint, Faradir would go down there with you, and he would order decaf because it's getting late. And
Yeah, Bertrand would serve you up a decaf.
and he would probably break down into more advice here, and he would mention, I have an old friend back at Sandpoint, and when we were looking over his property, then like I said, we found some files related to what his grandfather called the Chakakov project, and nowadays I believe they call it Iron Harbor now. Of course, it wasn't called Iron Harbor on the paperwork back then.
Must be ancient paperwork.
Yes, and it must be left behind, but my friend's assistant had pointed out to me that this might be a worthy real estate deal, and they want me to come check it out and make sure nothing gets lost in legal matter, and if it doesn't
Interesting.
pan out, I just return.
Have you ever been to Iron Harbor before? This is your first time?
First time.
Interesting. Do you have any more interest in intel on this Ketchachov project? It sounds like science fiction.
Well, no, just what he wrote down on the file.
On the next episode of Whispers of Doom, we go into the Starfinder universe and we
Exactly,
confront the Aslanti Empire.
Yeah. In Against the Aeon Throne.
Exactly.
God, I wanna
And against
play
the
that.
Aeon Henge.
Yeah. We started it. We
I
got a little
know.
bit. We finished book 1, I think. But let's digress.
That was such a good start.
We are digressing. Let's.
Yeah. Let's digress more.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to do for the evening, or?
No, I think
I just say, as I think that they're having the conversation, I would probably abstain and then leave and go to where I live, pack up, and then return to the inn and sleep there. And then I, Jake the player, just want to get some clarification because I realized I was kind of talking out of my ass when you guys were asking me, where is Rusthenge? And I'm like, oh, it's between here and Iron Harbor. I don't
Yeah.
actually know.
Okay.
So, but Sif would have a decent idea, I think. So could you
Sure.
is it beyond Iron Harbor? I don't know where it actually is.
Yes, it's deeper into the island. It's like central. I think it's a little bit more central to the island.
Okay.
And depending on where you are in Osprey Cove, you might see like a spire way off
Okay.
in the distance.
So I
But,
had one part right.
Yes, but you don't know if it's between here and Iron Harbor.
Okay.
You have no idea actually
Got
how
it.
to get there.
It's not like on the road on the coast
No.
to Iron Harbor. Okay, understood.
And
Okay.
yeah, you'll get a chance to clarify that. Yeah.
Well, I do remember. And Faraday pulls this thing out of his robes, and it's this big. He starts unfolding it. He's like, I bought an atlas on the way in.
Rand McNally or whatever that Atlas company is.
Are you serious? Oh, seeing that on your sheet. Okay, so you all kind of bunk down for the night then at the tub. Morning comes, and you all get a full night's rest. Storm has subsided, and hear birds chirping, waves of the ocean caressing the coast around Osprey Cove, and waking to the smell of coffee, sausage, bacon, eggs, and hash. You all come downstairs to find Ordwe cooking, preparing the day's meal. She's got another local to help, and serving, running the kitchen and the bar. She offers up the largest table here in the tub for all of you to sit down and chat and eat. If there's any to be, you guys want to say or do while you're eating breakfast before taking off.
Morning, Ordwe. Thank you for breakfast. Hello, Joey. Thanks. I know you make the best eggs in town when you cook them breakfasts. Yep, I understood everything you said. I'll talk to you later, Mike. Yeah, he just goes and eats his breakfast.
Joey's definitely a crab.
Ordwe, is there anything we might need out of the ordinary? I know you said it's a 9-mile hike. Should we bring anything extra?
I don't think so. I've got everything I need.
Well, what do you have that we might not have? Can you elaborate? Just
Packs, dried food, jerky, dried fruits, a walking stick.
perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. I just didn't know if you had like something else we might not have. So thank you for clarifying.
You see that she's got a rapier at her side, the walking stick, and
Nice.
just a very light pack for a couple days hike just in case.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yeah, she's
I think Fen would finish up his breakfast pretty quickly, being used to having to eat quickly. And he would go outside and do kind of like his morning ritual to Gosra.
Calisthenics.
Yeah, exactly. His Gosran calisthenics. Very similar to the Catholic calisthenics. Up and down and up and down. So that's what one of my professors used to call it. She called it Catholic calisthenics.
Being
I love
raised
that
Catholic,
woman.
that's hilarious.
Same.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what Fen is currently out doing and giving praise to Gosra for the storm subsiding.
Faradir is drinking coffee and reading the local newspaper.
there's no
I imagine
I don't know.
it's made in papyrus.
It says, "Guy died last night at the tub."
And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rumors.
This just in.
Ordway's a
Welcome to the
crab.
Osprey crab.
Yeah.
Uh,
I,
The
I think
Osprey
I would have.
scuttlebutt.
I think I would have finished up breakfast, and out of curiosity, I think I would be watching Fen do these godly calisthenics and just very confused, especially as someone who is not a follower at all of the gods. This is kind of intriguing to me. I'm like, why? But I question in silence. I don't interrupt him.
This is the equivalent of like Sif seeing goat yoga for the first time.
And as you say that, Fen definitely grabs a random goat and incorporates that into part of his calisthenics.
the goat has crab legs.
Oh, God.
Exactly.
I have to say, godly calisthenics is a great 2-word combination. That got me.
All right, so you guys finish all your godly calisthenics and head out of Osprey Cove. It is, as you're kind of walking out of this town, it's bustle. People are out and about. Things, boats are leaving. Looks like people are going back to business. Day stuff, crabbing, pretending they're not crabs, and you guys walk out of town.
Sense motive.
My favorite canon now is that all the people of Osprey Cove are
Yeah.
crab people.
It's just I did share a GIF before game. I was like, of SpongeBob, art thou filling it now,
This
Mr.
is
Krabs?
true.
Yeah.
It is an omen.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, goodness.
you guys get on the trail. Paint traces of this road
There
that
we go.
led to and from Iron Harbor to Osprey. You imagine this was used a lot more in the past before this cold feud between both towns. But it's about a 9-mile hike. Come to a you approach what Ordly calls Kindred's Crossing. As you guys are walking, she kind of just she says, "Please, no need to refer to me as elder. While we're traveling together, see me as a peer, rather than somebody with any authority."
We've never called her elder this whole time.
But
I feel disrespectful now.
continue this tradition because I
Disrespect.
don't feel comfortable with that title anyways. Just,
No, she's giving youth pastor energy now.
You're
What
not
if you
that
cool
old,
kids?
anyways.
What's up, cool kids?
Yeah, she has her backwards hat on, sitting backwards on the chair.
Like Steve Buscemi. What's
Yeah.
up, kids?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she kind of explains to you about the feud and how it's just she grew up maybe at the tail end of the beginning of the feud. It's been decades since Iron Harbor has had anything to do with Osprey Cove. But the rest of the hike is relatively silent.
Except for Faradir huffing and puffing.
Fen casts guidance on Faradir.
So you guys come to an area where there's definitely a crossing. It's kind of like a small peninsula. It looks like it's a switchback of some kind that goes to like a beachhead and cuts back towards the north. You guys need to trace, but you can see that up ahead there's a bridge that's been broken. There's like old pavers and stones that turn south towards a short rocky peninsula. To the north of where you guys are on this trail, there's a steep, weather-worn ridge of stone that rises about 30 feet high into the air. There's an occasional ledge that appears to provide a nesting spot for ospreys, which you've seen kind of here and there flying across the sky, even dive bombing into the ocean nearby. It's been a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, that's super cool.
The clouds are white and floating above head. Quiet save for the ocean, chirping of birds, and just the flapping of the wings of the ospreys ahead, above head. To the east, the road rises up from the shoreline to follow a wide ledge that winds around the peninsula, and this is where you see a cleft in the steep shoreline where this old wooden bridge used to stand. There appears to be a freshly wrecked rowboat that sits upside down among the tide pools just to or you guys in here.
Ooh.
Map.
Welcome to the map.
Map.
That's why I went.
I don't know what either of those were. Oh no. Oh no, there's a boat in the water.
Boat.
Boat in the water.
There's a shark in the water. That phrase is what sparked me talking stupid like this for the first time.
There's a shark in the water.
Yeah, Shark Week. Some Australian guy said that
Oh.
once, and I annoyed my wife with it ever since.
All right, so you guys are walking along, and you see the boat that's crashed to your right, the broken bridge directly ahead of you. North is behind you, west is to the bottom, to the top, south straight ahead. 30-foot tall steep ledge is to the east, so just to the top of this. How do you guys approach?
Well, I think as we're moving up, I would ask Ordways, do you know if this bridge has always been broken? Was it cut during the conflict, or is that new?
Says, to be honest, I've no idea. Only heard about there's a bridge here that used to be traveled, and I'm not entirely sure. It's like, find another way across, probably swim down and over and around, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, there's the boat. I'm gonna check it out. I'm curious if the storm knocked it out last night, or if there was intention behind this. So I'm gonna make my way up to the bridge, kind of looking around, but I'm gonna make my way up to the bridge and sort of check that out and try to determine if it's naturally just been weathered, or if someone intentionally like cut it or something like that.
Okay. Sure. Before you even do that, though, you hear the sound of sounds like somebody might be clawing out from underneath the boat, and you hear, help me, help, I'm stuck under the boat.
Let's say, yeah, Fen was about to go check out this boat because it just makes sense for him, being a follower of Gazra, to make sure anyone who is sailor or anything like that is taken care of. So yeah, Fen is over there.
I would instantly follow. Yeah, since we're here.
Yeah,
now.
same.
So I would like to try and flip the boat.
Bertrand gets into the water.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bertrand is currently in the water.
I forgot this is streaming live. Map antics won't fly here.
Like me.
That was bold of you to jump into the water like that.
Exactly.
You are now soaked.
It's fine. Does anybody have prestidigitation?
Oh,
There's a lot of things happening.
There are.
We're all
you
gonna
about to
die.
get slapped.
That's a lot of dice.
Choo choo.
Wasn't as many as the rats though.
For you listeners,
true.
if you hear that choo choo, you can't see it on my screen. But that means that I've rolled a natural.
Ooh.
So good
Better
or
be
bad.
initiatives.
See.
Strength checks for the good person underneath there to lift the boat off themselves.
So Fair Deer And you take notice of a creature over here. It's kind of like hunkered down and in the water, hiding behind this small raised cliffside. And you see that it's kind of got its eyes on the boat. You can barely see maybe the top of its head. Just as Fen flips this boat over, a creature reaches out to attack.
Oh
Ooh, I
my
like that.
goodness.
Oh.
Are you a crab?
It looks something like a crab,
Oh,
but
It spoke.
It's a predator crab.
that's my least favorite kind of crab.
It looks like a catfish with crab. Like its
Dude,
two
yeah.
claws look like almost like dragon heads
Yeah,
It's pretty cool, yeah.
as crab claws, but it's like a long catfish.
if
Yeah,
you put a
with mandibles.
catfish, a centipede, and a lobster into a blender, this is
Yes.
the monstrosity that would arise.
And it has Predator's face, like mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's a pretty gnarly creature, and it's about the size of a large dog. As you flip over the boat, it looks like it had been curled up, maybe sleeping. Who knows? But since you flipped the boat up, it is now reaching out to try and snap at you. But Fen, out of the corner of your eye, sorry, not Fen, Ordwy and Fairdeer and Ordwy, you both notice that this creature over here, to the right of where the boat is kind of like snickering and laughing, trying to hide as best it can behind that small raised area of the beach.
Hmm.
That's what it looks like.
It's kinda
Merfolk
cute.
goblin.
I was thinking that too. It looks like it would look like a stingray when it's swimming, and so Bertrand being in the water creates like a Steve Irwin situation.
Oh no.
So
Too soon.
this creature is
Never
very
too soon.
tiny. It's like yellow. It's got like scaled skin, pockmarked with like browns and tans, two-toed feet. Got 3 fingers and a thumb. It's got this amulet around its neck, and it's got this toothy smile and grin, black beady eyes, and a strange, like almost football-shaped head with I don't know how to describe it, like long-eared fins that go back to a point, almost like a triangle from pointed ears to the back.
Yes, there's
It's like-
some perfect cell in his body mixed with E.T. and Hey Arnold.
I was gonna say, hey Arnold, but cursed merfolk. Hey Arnold.
I see. Yeah, I it makes me think of sort of like the Tooth Fairies from Hellboy Gordon Olmi.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
Initiative.
Nursiture.
All right, welcome to combat, gents.
These are blind or public?
No, these are all public. Combat.
Public.
Can we
public
just click on
is-
our little? Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
There it
You
is.
can, yes, on the combat carousel
Hi-ya.
above. Go ahead and click on the.
Oh, that's depressing. I got a 12 altogether.
Yeah. Where is it? Bertrand got a 13 total.
Almost got a dirty 20.
Parodier got a 14. I was gonna say 14, but I didn't want to. I
Yeah,
did
it's
the
a
thing where you like
13,
copy people's
14.
accents, you know.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah, I didn't call it out. I got a 25.
Nice.
Yeah. Unlike 5e, where I would have not rolled great because it would have been I have no decks.
All right.
Yeah, you
so
Get your train bonus.
we are at the
all
top
kinds
of
of fun
round
stuff.
1. Sif, you get to start us off with your turn.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. So, oh boy. Yeah, seeing this thing. So I haven't noticed the little dude in the water over there, right?
Only
okay.
Ordwy and Fairdeer have.
Okay. Well, knowing that this, we heard "help me" coming from under the boat, this thing doesn't look like it would say it, so I'd like to do a recall knowledge check to try to figure out what this is. I imagine it looks natural, so I imagine that's probably how I would have to go about it.
Sure. Go ahead and roll. Actually, that'll be recall knowledge checks are secret, so go ahead and roll that.
Okay. So nature, bad choice. I don't have a great plus there, but we'll see how it goes. Okay. Try this. Secret. Okay. Action 1.
All right, so you've been around Osprey Cove long enough to know that this is a reef claw. They are inhabitants of a lot of coastal areas. They are amphibious creatures that hunt and prey on smaller fish, and whatever they can get their claws and teeth onto. They are. Oh, actually, sorry. New recall knowledge requires that you ask me what information you want to know.
Gotcha.
Ask me a question.
Okay. All reef claws solo hunters, like, are we expecting to be ambushed by more of these things?
They can be. They can be pack hunters, or single hunters, but they're typically ambush hunters. But it looks like this one was caught off guard.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I guess I'll just take my second and third action as I'll pull out my hatchet and I'll raise my shield. And I'll just say, we might be expecting more, but we've caught this one off guard. And that's gonna be my turn. All 3 actions.
And then we'll go to Audrey.
Oh, got 2.
Audrey, what's your class?
Phrase.
I have none.
What is your attack bonus?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Shut up and answer the question.
Don't
What
be
level are
rude.
you?
I've only just met you. She says, over there, and she points out, so her first action points out, there's another creature over there. That is pointed
Good to
out.
know.
Then she will second action draw her rapier, and so for the audio listeners, next to the boat on small beach, we have Fen, Bertrand, and Sif within arm's reach of this reef claw, and Fairdeer is just between them and this strange yellowish grinning creature to the south. Ordwy will she seems like kind of chill.
She's a caster, we know now.
Oh shoot.
Inspire courage. Be a bard.
She's a wizard.
Maybe she's a magus.
Could be.
Oh shit, that'd be sick.
Love being a good magus.
She's always reminded me of Sonya from Mortal Kombat.
He will do a 2-action
Fair.
cast of Forbidding Ward. You ward an ally against the attacks and hostile spells from the target enemy. The target ally gains +1 bonus to their AC and saving throws against the target enemy's attack spells.
Just that.
And seeing as Fen is the center there, flip the boat and is drawn the most attention to from pass it on. It's all her actions. Go to Fairdeer, then the Reef Claws next.
So this little beastie over here, the fish goblin, is this like a clear threat?
Not exactly. It's kind of just hunkered down and laughing, snickering. at the situation.
But this bad beastie lobster boy,
It is definitely hostile towards at least Fen, though it sees that it is surrounded, kind of. Definitely knows that this is a fight, and a fight for its life.
okay, well, Faradir lifts one hand and mutters an incantation, and 3 force missiles come out of his hand and strike the Krabby Patty.
Alright, so go ahead and T to target the Reef Claw, and then roll damage 3 times.
Oh no. He took damage.
Not the self-targeting.
Oh, neat.
Faradir, your spell backfired.
That's cool. Animation.
Oh yeah.
I rolled a 5, 4, 2.
Take 5 from the first missile,
Dude, what did you cast?
2 from that one, and
The new version of Magic Missile.
It's 3d4?
Mm-hmm.
1d4 plus 1 per force missile. I use 3 actions.
Got it.
And this creature seems
Very cool.
immediately uninterested in the fight. As we go to its turn.
Now it's interested again because it's its turn. Like a
Maybe?
Monopoly player.
Maybe. Okay. What is this log going to do? What it do?
What it do?
What
What them claws do? Or do we control your sister?
What are you talking about?
We know your secret we saw last night.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's no more lying. You look exactly like this crap, but in a wig.
She tucks her mandibles in.
I was gonna say. We've seen your legs, we already know.
Okay, let's just do a. I'm gonna do another round. But you're gonna keep fighting or not? It's, scared. It's scared now.
As it should be.
It is going to lash out at
Well, shit.
and
Here comes the crit.
strike for the first action with a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Take some damage. 5 points of damage to
Damn.
10.
Well, at least it wasn't. At least it wasn't a crit.
And I
True.
would like for you to go ahead and roll a fortitude. It's popped in the chat. You can click that the button there. Roll that.
Yeah. All right, what do we got here? That is an 11.
That is a failure. So
Lovely.
we'll take some persistent.
Great.
And also we can.
Great. Why is this always Fen's
Sorry.
luck? Oh my goodness. Nearly dies in the one shot immediately. Nearly dies in this almost immediately.
It's all those
Goodness.
godly calisthenics.
Right,
Yeah.
apparently.
And go to. Oh, sorry, that was its
Alright.
first attack. My apologies.
Oh. The morale check was an action, right? I'm
No,
joking.
no.
I know, I'm joking. Sorry.
All right, so
Not funny.
With its claw
I
attack,
thought it was.
it's going to spend its next action to attempt to grab you.
Great. Love that for me.
So let's try a grapple check here. Second map, which is 5 multiple attack penalty for those of you that are new to Pathfinder 2e. That is a natural 1.
Oh, thank God.
Critical fail.
Thought you were about to say something very different.
Double
And-
dragon punch.
And it will attempt to claw at you again for its third and final action.
All I did was flip over the boat. Leave me alone.
And it misses.
Good.
Is it only on attacks that we experience critical fumbles?
Yes, named characters will only pull from the critical fumble and critical hit.
Gotcha.
And
And this-
Bertrand, it is on you.
This super special crab creature doesn't have a name.
It does not.
Yeah,
I mean,
Name
it
is
might
bitch
among
ass.
its folk, but not for you guys.
All right, Bertrand is quickly going to draw his rapier, seeing Fen attacked and getting hit. He is going to draw for one action, strike out quickly, just not trying to do his normal flourishy attacks. He is trying to quick strike here. He was taken off guard, so he is going to roll this. I don't see one thing on here, but we'll deal with it. Wait. What the heck? Oh, I accidentally stowed it. Okay, strike. This should be -1. That's a natural 20.
Oh
Nice.
boy!
What's up with our train?
Oh my gosh, there actually is a choo-choo train.
That is wild.
That is awesome.
All right,
Cool.
go ahead and pull from the critical hit deck.
All right, crit.
Read it out to us.
Wow, that is so. This is slashing. So muscle wound, critical effect. The target is enfeebled 2 until healed.
Wow.
Fan of that?
That's huge.
Gnarly.
Well, go ahead and roll that critical damage also.
Okay. Damage. Critical damage. This one. Not any of this stuff. It does get a deadly D8. Oh, that is right. There we go. That is only 9 points of damage altogether.
Go
Better
ahead
than nothing.
and, describe your kill.
Yeah, Bertrand, as the boat flips over, he kind of and like just quickly draws his rapier and stabs down on it, and luck have it that he finds a spot between 2 plates on the shell and skewers it, and quickly pulls back and like looks down at it with his last action, is like, okay, cool. And then I think he'll just kind of back up in front of Ordui, take a stride around, or take a step back up in front of Ordui, instinctively trying to protect her against whatever else is out there.
Okay, before you step though, and your final blow puts an end to this creature. It begins to flail, swing out, its claws go wide, and strikes out at you before you're able to step back.
Oh no.
As its reaction and essentially death frenzy.
I thought you were about to say it strikes me again, and I was gonna be like, really? Come on now. Also, I didn't realize, but I had that forbidding ward on that was supposed to protect me from that
Oh, yeah,
thing.
that's right. It would have. Yeah, that still would have hit.
Yeah, would the save have been different? As a 12.
Save.
11.
Okay,
Would it
yeah, that
made a
would've
difference
been
as a
huge.
12? Yeah, well.
Tried. All right, and it missed. You're able to, as you're stepping back, you're able to kind of do like a quick little hop and avoid its giant claw
Awesome.
striking into you.
Not today, mate.
All right, and now we go to Ben.
All right. So Fen is going to. It might be too soon to do any form of healing. Enfeebled. How do I decrease or get rid of that?
I think you have to.
Heal or rest, I think.
Yeah.
Until healed.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I want to make sure. So in that case, then I guess Fen is going to heal himself using one action. So there it is. All right, so heal. Ugh. And then target himself? Question mark? Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh, it is giving me a whole bunch of options, and I don't like any of them. That is all damage, so that concerns me.
Oh, you're just trying to do a basic heal, right?
Yeah, and it's
So-
giving me so many options.
So click on roll damage / healing,
That's what I did. Yep.
and then
Vitality.
what action are you doing? A 1, 2, or 3 action heal?
Just a 1.
Okay. Yeah, just go and roll the d8.
Okay, gotcha. I just want to make sure because I was like, am I about to destroy myself with my own heal?
No.
Um.
And then you should be able to click on apply healing or the heal button.
Okay. Yeah, it's choosing to not do that right now. There we go. All right, it was just being stubborn, so that's nice. All right, so after that whole shebang, Fen is going to move because he still doesn't know about the other thing, as far as I'm aware.
She did point it out.
Oh, that's right, she did.
Yeah, got an action.
All right, so Fen's gonna move over in front of Faradir, and he's not gonna attack it quite yet because he doesn't know if this thing is just dumb or malicious. And so I think he is going to try to, I guess, intimidate it, even though he's not trained at intimidation. And just say, I hope you have no plans of harming us, for you are outnumbered and severely outarmed. And then that is going to be an intimidation roll. Is that going to be a private roll or a public roll?
I think that can be a public roll. Go ahead and T to target it, and then use the basic actions macro to demoralize.
Ooh, demoralize. That I need. All right. Foundry VTT, everybody. We are learning it as we go along.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's demoralize. Yeah. All right, so we're almost there. Getting there. We're doing it. Doing it well. All right. Demoralize. Hiya.
Whoa.
I'm shouting at it with Sonic Banshee Force.
Whoa, that's cool.
All right. So now I use intimidation. Yes.
Yes.
Demoralize.
Well, right. I already did that, but
Oh, I have to roll a save. Sorry.
oh, okay. That's why I was like, what do I do?
Oh no,
I
wait.
thought
Sorry,
it's
you-
against.
Yeah, you roll against my will DC. So click on the little chat box button in that in the chat there.
Oh,
Should
I
give
see
you
it now. Yep.
prompt to-
This is how we
Hiya.
roll.
That is a 9.
And it failed.
Yeah, I figured as much.
So the creature just ignores your attempt at intimidation.
All right.
How
well,
dare you?
for my fourth
It's
action
it's
that doesn't
laughing and
exist,
splashing.
my fourth action is fuck you. As Fen flips it off.
Free action.
Exactly. Crying and flipping off are both reactions.
Go to it, and it says, in common. It laughs in common. It
It laughs in common.
it
That's a
says,
common laugh.
"Leave my boat alone. It's mine now and again." will kill you and take all your shinies.
I knew I should have just threw a lance at it.
And it's going to target Fen, who's closest. With a
Do it, you little punk ass.
Okay. You are able to ignore its shriek, its attempt to put the fear in you as you try to demoralize it. Its face becomes mangled, its eyes go wide, and it looks menacing for a moment. But you're able to just ignore its condition upon you.
I've seen scarier crabs in the ocean and on land. Looks back at Wordwee.
And then it will 2 action ability. It'll move up onto the beach. 3rd action. And that's it. We go to round 2.
All right. Ben punts it.
Guess we go to round 2 next time. As it is I think we're just gonna stop here. It's a bit after 10, a little more than we expected to, a little longer than we expected to go. And that's it for this week, folks. So join us again next time as we continue session 003.
Join us next time as Fen dies to a small imp creature.
Yes.
A cocky small
Small imp creature.
Flashing
That's always
and
how they are.
laughing and tricked you guys to flip over a boat to disturb that reef claw. Wonderful little creature it is. But
Before we go, I wanted to talk about why Sif and Bertrand are what they have in common, because they're both canines. See, Sif is a gnoll, while Bertrand is a salty dog.
All right, on
That's
that
why
note,
we're friends.
Good closing words.
We'll close out. We're all going to die. Existence is suffering, but we try our best.
Yes. Life
And
is suffering.
with that, don't forget to live by the die and die by the
Die
die.
by the
Die
die.
by the die.
Die by it, girl.
We'll-
Eventually, you'll be in unison.
yeah, we'll line that up.
Yeah.
at
Oh,
some
there we go. Oh, yeah.
point.
Yeah, that'll be